gotten word from our producer. I think our interview is ready. We're going to be joined with Commonly, and Commonly, what's up, man? How do you feel after that best, just dominating that best of 5?
I mean, we're feeling good. Not to say we didn't think we were gonna win, but it's nice that we kind of dominated.
I mean, it was definitely like a swift 3-0. Like, I think a lot of us had you winning. Like, I had you guys as my clear favorite to win. But for you guys to come out in 3-0 in that fashion, I did not expect you guys just to dominate in that way. With that being said, you guys made 2 big roster changes, bringing on, I know Septify wasn't able to play today, but you brought him on. Jazero was playing in his spot. And then you also brought on Onboard. What do you have to say about Onboard and Septify? Why did you bring him on?
Well, let me also bring in Super CC. I think those 3 guys are incredible Halo players. I think especially on Halo 5, they're definitely just as good as like any other top 4 pro. In terms of us as a team, there's definitely some kinks for us to work out. So we will be trying to practice before this next tournament and see how well we can do.
I mean, I love to hear. I thought Onboard came in and he filled the spot perfectly for you guys. I thought he came in and just really helped, especially alleviate from you some of that main slaying responsibility. I mean, Lee was absolutely crazy today. I see you, Tony. I see you have a question brewing in the back of your mind. What do you got to ask, man?
Commonly, we did this before. We talked before. A while ago, you gave an analogy. You said you started playing basketball recently, and it was some of the things that you need to do to not only get back in shape but fuel that competitive edge inside you. But you made an analogy about Halo and basketball. I want you to share that with our viewers back home, please.
Okay, so I draw a lot of comparisons with Halo and basketball. It's mostly about like the quick decision making. In basketball, if you see like an open passing lane, you usually have like a quick second to actually make that pass. And I think there's a lot of similarities with that in Halo. You have like 1 second to like get an opening, and if you miss that second, you miss that opening. So that's how I usually make my basketball comparison. And of course, there's a lot of similarities in terms of just it being like a competitive sport like Halo is, or an esport. So honestly, you can kind of make that comparison with a lot of sports, but in terms of basketball, it's just easiest for me to understand, so that's how I see it.
So using that extra knowledge, so you got a little edge on the game. You understand this game on another level, and that's one of the things that I love watching about you. Where do you see this Flyer squad going into next week?
I mean, I see us getting top 4. I think we're just as good as the other top 4 teams. Of course, we're going to have to beat one of those teams, but I think that's very doable, if not like, I don't want to say expected, but let's just say no one's like going to roll over against those top 4 teams. Like, this team can definitely and is going to contend for top 4.
Okay, well then, you get there, right? You're in that winner's bracket. You have to win. There's a team in your way to get to that top 4. Out of that top 4, that Cloud9, Inconceivable, Sentinels, and KCP roster. Which team do you want to see? Which team do you think you have the best shot against?
Honestly, I don't know who we have the best shot against. We're just gonna play whoever we end up matching up against. I think every one of those teams is beatable, so I don't think we're like praying for, I hope we play like this team. I think we're just gonna play who we end up playing and try to win.
Yeah, I like it, Tony. He doesn't want to put anyone on blast. He doesn't want to say someone's worse than the other. I understand. Go out and win everyone. I have complete confidence that you guys will get top 4. Now, Commonly, you were here just a couple days ago for that Money Tuesday event, and you ended up losing to Vemzy and Simply Fear Me. How does it feel to come back and really put a statement against those 2 in that winner's final?
I mean, this is 4v4s. Those 2 are incredible 2s players, and they're also getting really good at 4s too. Yeah, there's not really much else for me to say. Those guys are really good at 2v2s.
Okay, I like it. Well, Tony, do you have any last questions before we let the man go?
I got two. I'm not gonna make you call out anybody else. I'm not gonna do that to you. That's not Hammy. Hammy's not like that. But how about this? What do you and your team need to work on to be successful, to make sure that you guys are peak flyers and ready to make that top 4 and above?
I think as long as we're just playing our game and listening to our callouts, we'll be fine. This game's figured out. You know, mostly everyone has this game figured out by now. So, you know, if we're playing good, we're like keeping up with our scrims, our own individual practices. I think we'll be fine. It's just gonna come down to who's playing good on that particular day, as we usually see on tournaments.
And okay, fair enough. I think if you guys keep playing your game, and keep doing you guys and being peak flyers, I think you guys can contend with anybody. I've said that before about your old roster. This roster is crazy. Oh my gosh, I'm scared.
I'm also excited. I'm also very excited to see what we can do next week.
Last thing, I'm gonna bother you. Last thing, and everybody knows you're an amazing player. And now people know that you play a little basketball. You still cooking? You still cooking?
Am I still
Hammy?
cooking? I'm still cooking. I don't. Last time I played basketball was a minute ago. You know, since all the circumstances. But yeah, I still cook. Trying to think of the last thing I cooked. I've been making these like omelet quesadillas. It's like you pretty much make an omelet
quesadilla?
and then you like put the tortilla on top and then like flip it so the tortilla ends up on the bottom with the omelet on top. It's pretty. They're really good, but yeah, I've still been cooking.
So you gonna do a cooking stream for us? Pop up the Twitch and show us the kitchen.
I might have to if there's a demand for it.
Hey, come on, guys! Everyone in the chat, Gary, I want to see a Commonly cooking stream. Make sure you show up for it. But once again, Commonly, great performance. Shout out to all of you guys. You, Jazero for filling in, Super CC on board. Then I think you guys had Callus in the back coaching you guys. Absolute great performance from you guys.
Let me give a special shout out to Laz. He doesn't get a lot of the credit, but he's making sure we're on top of all the power-ups, making sure we're blocking the right things. And honestly, just to answer Rapton's question, he's asking my teammates, which team do you have a shot against? We have a shot against every team, bro. Like, I'm not sitting here capping for, like, in front of the viewers. We legitimately have a shot against every team.
Yes. I believe it, man. What I saw today, they're gonna do everything. I want to. Top 4 is not. It's top 1 for this squad. I really want to see you guys pull it out, and I think there's absolutely a shot for you guys to do so. So thank you so much, Commonly, for coming on and answering our questions. Any last words for everyone out there? Where to find you? Where to find your team? Why don't you give some last shout outs?
Shout out to my team. You guys can follow me on Twitter. I don't really tweet that much, but you know, if you really want to, I stream sometimes on Twitch. Shout out to all my teammates. They also have streams and Twitters, Envoy CC and Jazero or Skeptify. Shout out to my girlfriend. She's amazing. Shout out to my family. And I would appreciate if everyone could pray for my grandpa because he is not doing too well right now.
Oh, man. Well, guys, really send some support over Commonly's way. It's really a shame to hear that about your grandpa, and I hope he gets better. I mean, we're in such a desperate time, it feels like, in the world, and everyone deserves their time. I hope you get some more time with them.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
Thank you so much for coming on, Commonly, and that's going to do it for us over at the watch party. It's been an incredible, 8 hours, Tony? We passed the 8-hour mark, and I'm glad that we got to hear from Commonly before we went. And honestly, guys, if you can, like, thoughts and prayers to his family, and just make sure you send the support. I think it's so important for all of us in this scene, just have each other's back and to make sure that we're supporting each other and being there in our time of need.
Yeah, I mean, and obviously, and you know, every day that we wake up, you know, live it to the fullest, and reach out to a brother and Halo. You know, you never know. You see somebody tweet something, or you see, you know, you're playing Halo with somebody, and you're like, you know what, that doesn't sound like him. You know, reach out. You know, that's what it's all about. We're all about family here. Fantastic job to everybody, all the competitors, all of them. Elevate, Cobra Kai. Across, and obviously flyers across the board, and we'll definitely see you next time.
That does it, guys. Thank you for coming out. This was Louis V Titans, the watch party. Make sure you follow the channel. We couldn't do it without Louis V Titan. And come check us out, guys. We're going to have another great Money Tuesday. Keep an eye on the Twitter at LVT Productions. You guys aren't going to believe our next matchup.